So let's do a bit of a warm up because again, this is a random live. I haven't, hello Laura. So this is a bit of a random live. I haven't told anybody that I was doing the live. So I'm going to try and think of a way of addressing that. So in this quiz, we're going to look at some get phrasal verbs. In case you don't know, get is one of the verbs with more phrasal verbs in English than any other verb. I think there are about 72 phrasal verbs with get. Then we're going to look at some idioms and expressions with get, and by request, some get collocations. Okay, so before we start the quiz, we'll do a review. So, hello Maria. The first phrasal verb is get away with. Get away with. So this means to, hello Maria, hi. I'm just starting. So I haven't announced that I was doing the live. So let's see who's able to join in today. I know people will be disappointed now if they miss it, but I'm trying to think of a way that I can let people know when I'm going live. Okay, so get away with. This means to do something. Perfect, okay. I'm thinking of, I thought today, Maria, of starting a WhatsApp group. And anybody who's interested in knowing, I can just put everybody in a group and say, hey guys, I'm thinking about going live today at 4 o'clock, for example. Because usually it's on the day when I know that I'm going to be able to go live. So then I could let anybody know, because last Wednesday, I think, was the last one, and some people arrived late and they were a bit disappointed. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so get away with, hello Aya, get away with, to do something wrong without being punished, right? So you do something wrong, but you don't get punished, okay? For example, he copied most of the assignment from the internet and somehow got away with it. So this means that his teacher or the person who was correcting the assignment, they never realized that he used ChatGPT or whatever, so he got away with it. Hello, Juanma. So he got away with it. That's it's really bad, especially for the people who studied, you know. Sometimes if you make an effort and you do your part, and then you see other people, hi, hello on YouTube, and you see other people getting away with bad behavior, it's a bit disappointing, you know, because you think, well, why did I study? Hello, Stephanie. Thanks, Juanma. You say like, well, why did I study? If other people are not studying, they're copying from ChatGPT, or they have their phone under the table. Some people even copy now from their smartwatches. And they get away with it, you know, they get away with it, right? Okay, if you have any questions, guys, about that, you can let me know, okay? I don't know what BTS is. What's BTS? I'm not sure what that question means. Okay, next one. This is get over. This is really, really common. If you're doing your B2 exam, you need to know this one. Okay, you really need to know this one. It's very, very common. To get over. So what does this mean? It means to recover from something. It means to recover from something. For example, it took her several months to get over the disappointment of failing the exam. Okay? I'm trying to think of what it means in Spanish and I'm totally blocked. Pasar, no. Guys, anybody in Spanish know how to say to get over Superar, thank you, Maria. Oh my God, I was totally blank. Superar. Okay, anybody in Spanish, it's superar, right? To get over. So to recover from something, it can be anything, an illness. Actually, I'm going to write this down. Other examples, no, it can be an illness, a breakup, which is really, really hard, a divorce, really, really hard. No, yeah, recuperarse de algo, también superar. Maria is correct. It's like superar because it has a very, Juanma, it has a very wide range, you know, because it superar, yeah, recuperarse. Also, yeah, recuperarse is very emotional, isn't it? And also, I think if you're ill, recuperarse is a big one. Yeah, they're both like synonyms. And get over you can use for illness, emotional disappointment, damage, injury, anything. I need to practice my speaking skills. Hello, Renee. Hello, Renee. Renee, if you send me a message on a DM on TikTok, I can give you my WhatsApp and I can call you, okay? About lessons. No problem. Just send me a DM on WhatsApp and I'll call you, or I'll arrange a time to call you. Juanma, that's a really, really good example. Okay. Juanma, that's a really, really good example. I'm going to steal that actually. I cannot get over. I cannot get over. That's a really good one. My ex-girlfriend. Yeah, it's a really, really good one. Perfect. Perfect. Sad. I hope it's not true. But I think maybe we all have situations like this, no? Yeah, but it's exactly. I cannot get over my ex-girlfriend. Okay, next one is get on with. This one, in fact, a good B1 student would know this one, guys. But it does have different meanings. Maybe for C1 students, it does have another interesting meaning. Okay? Is not that get over on. 1 second out. Stephanie, is not get over on. I don't understand now that question fully. Get over on something? Do you want to say, for example, I cannot get over on my ex-girlfriend? We can't say that. Give me some more context about your question and I'll happily answer it, okay, Stephanie? Because I'm not sure what you mean by this one. Okay, I'm watching the chat, so let me know. So get on with, yes, get over on my ex. Get over on my ex-girlfriend. No, you don't need the on. So you can just say get over my ex-GF. That's all. You can't put on in that one. Okay, only get over. Lucas, get on can also mean get along, right? Yeah, good job. Exactly. Very well done. I'm going to add that in here. To get along with. Exactly. Good job, Lucas. Yeah. No prob, Stephanie. Any questions? That's what I'm here for, okay? Any questions at all? Because probably if you have a question, for sure somebody else has the same question, but maybe they're afraid to say. Kim. Hi, Maria. There's another Maria here. Hello. Yeah. So probably there's if you have a question, somebody else probably has the same question. Okay, get rid of this. So questions are great. And the more questions people ask, I think the more comfortable other people get with asking questions. So I'm Spanish, but English is better than my Spanish. Yeah, it's okay. If I ever test ever done, that's okay. Is your Spanish but my, because you, to be fair, are you living in Ireland? But to be fair it's a very Irish thing to say. Maybe somebody in your family is Irish, are they, Lucas? You can let me know where you're from anyway. Let me see. Yeah, so get along with is to continue doing something or have a good relationship with someone. Okay, so the first meaning is this one, right? So this is the B1 meaning. It's to have a good relationship with someone. So for example, I get on very well with my colleagues. No, I get along very well with my colleagues, or some people like to say workmates. I get along, so it means I have a very good relationship with them. Now, we should stop arguing and get on with the work. Now, this is the C1 meaning, okay? This one means, I should probably put these the opposite way around. This meaning is the C1 meaning, and it means to continue with. To continue, T-I-N, continue with, and stop delaying. Or stop delaying and continue with. Yes, okay, you went to an international school, an American school. I worked in an American school actually for a while. One of my best teaching experiences, Lucas. Where did you go to school? In Malaga or in Mexico or? Yeah, American schools are a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed my time working there. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, get into, you have, hello Raul. This Wednesday you have to be 1. Good luck. Good luck. Maria, get on plus ing always, isn't it? If it's a verb, yeah. If it's a verb, can you give me an example with the verb? Because, for example, let me see. Get on with, yeah, like get on with doing, or let's get on with cleaning. Yes, I'm going to get on with cleaning the house. I have to stop watching TV and get on with cleaning the house. Yes. Let me write that example. Look, I have to stop watching, let's put Netflix, because nowadays nobody watches TV. I have to stop watching Netflix and get on with cleaning the house. Brilliant. Exactly. Yeah, Chile and in Madrid. Nice, Lucas. I'll be going to KC London. In Boston. Nice. Awesome. This fall. It's very American. Yeah. Good job. That's really cool. You should get on studying English. Yeah. English with the capital E. Well done. Good job. Okay. Good job, Maria. Nice examples. Yeah. And I definitely use this one. You should get on with cleaning the house. I have my C1 out. You have it tomorrow, Maria. Good luck. Oh, good luck. Remember in your speaking exam, just keep speaking until the examiner says thank you. Don't leave any seconds in silence. Just you keep talking if you can. And the time is tight, you know. So for the use of English, if you have difficulty with one part, do as much as you can and move on to the next part. Get it all done and then come back to the more difficult parts in the use of English. Yeah, and for the reading, you have to finish the reading. Don't get stuck on one. Yeah, I'm actually very American, but my vocabulary is all over the place. Yes, okay, that's good, Lucas. It's good to have vocabulary from all over the place. English is like a very international language now, isn't it? So accent, as long as it's an accent, I think it's okay. All right, now we need to get along with this live. So we do. Are you an English teacher, Violet? Yes, I am an English teacher, Violet. I am an English teacher. Okay, next one, get into. So this means to become interested in something. For example, during the pandemic, he got into baking and now he makes his own bread every week. That's a really cool one. So to get into something. Get into, to become interested in something. For example, during the pandemic, he got into baking and now he makes his own bread every week. Okay, now this one, to get ahead, is probably C1, okay? To become successful or make progress. For example, she worked incredibly hard to get ahead in her career. It's like to advance, to become successful, okay? Next one, now we're on to the collocations. This is get permission. So to receive official approval, can get ahead also mean in comparison to others, as in competition. Yeah, it can. Good job, Lucas. Yeah, if people are racing, for example, what's his name? Lewis Hamilton, isn't he in Formula 1? you say, okay, now Lewis Hamilton is coming around the corner and he's getting ahead of, I don't know another Formula One driver, I'm sorry. He's getting ahead. No, he's advancing in front of, and then they mention whoever the competition is. Yes, you can. Where do you teach? I teach, since COVID, Lucas, I teach totally remotely. Yeah, I'm based in Spain. But I'm from Cork in Ireland. Yeah. But I've taught in many different countries, in fact. So get ahead, good job. Okay, we got this one. Yes, in sport also. I'm gonna make that a note here. In sport also. Okay, get permission. To receive official approval, example, you must get permission from the local council before making structural changes to the building. To receive official approval, for example, you must get permission from the local council before making structural changes to the building. In fact, in Ireland, recently there was a big scandal because some people, they built a house without getting permission. And in fact, it was a really big house, but they didn't get permission from the local council. And recently, the council demolished the house, and the house was worth a lot of money, maybe nearly €1 million, But they demolished the house because the family didn't get permission. I think the family, they couldn't get permission, and then they said, well, we're going to build the house. Yeah, Stephanie? And the family kind of said, okay, we're going to be a bit brazen. We're going to build a house, and then we will pay the fine. No, maybe it will be 10 or 20,000 euro fine. We will pay the fine. The council said, no, sorry, leave the house because tomorrow we're going to demolish the house. And they did. They demolished the house. Anyway, so this is get permission. Next one, get results. This is to achieve success. For example, the new training program is expensive, but it gets results. Okay? The new training program is expensive, but it gets results. Next one, get the impression. To form an opinion about something. And this one I like this one a lot. I use this a lot actually. For example, I got the impression that he wasn't entirely convinced by the proposal. This is in my C1 book, actually, the Cambridge book. They specifically speak about this. So I got the impression that he wasn't entirely convinced. Okay, so this is when somebody doesn't explicitly say something, but you kind of feel that something is not right, something is wrong, and you might say it. You could say, I get the impression, or something less formal, I get the feeling that you're a bit angry, and maybe, did I do something to offend you? Maybe you could ask, I get the impression that you're a bit angry. Did I do something to offend you? Okay. Next one. Very, very, very typical. Very, very typical. Definitely from, in my opinion, this is useful from level B2 on. Get the blame. I think for B1 students, blame is very advanced, and get the blame. So in Spanish, this is culpa. Okay. For example, although several people were involved, Jake got the blame for the mistake. So he received the punishment. Can you say take the blame, Maria? Yeah, he took the blame for me. You can. If somebody decides they don't want you to be punished, they can pretend that they did it, and they can take the blame. Absolutely. I'm going to make a note, okay? Note. You can also take the blame for someone else. Excellent, Maria. Yeah, I'd say you're going to have no problem tomorrow, I think. Well done. Okay, so this is that you, they say, hey, this was you, and you're going to receive the punishment. Or we all think that you did it. We believe that you did it. You're guilty. To get the blame, to believe that this person is guilty. It's another good way to say that. Okay, now get your act together. Okay, it could appear in a C1 exam. It's more for C2 plus, okay, native speakers. We use it a lot in Ireland. Hello there. Hello, Obi-Wan. We use this a lot in Ireland, okay, especially when you're chastising someone. So it means to become organized and start behaving effectively. I think the key here is to start behaving effectively. So it means, can you get your act together? Me! Hello, David. Can you get your act together? Me? I'm trying. Yeah. Okay. Can you get your act together? This is very typical. Yeah. For parents to say this to their kids, if they're frustrated, they would say that, yeah. So, if you want to pass an exam, you need to get your act together and start studying seriously. So, if you see a person who is not being serious and they're not making, are you an English teacher? Yes, I am. If you see a person who wants to do something or they should do something and they're messing around and wasting time, an adult or a parent or a friend might say, look, you need to start acting seriously. You know, you need to be mature about this. So they might say, you need to get your act together. Okay, and you need to behave seriously and get organized. We also say get organized, yeah. Okay, next one, get carried away. We use this a lot in Ireland. Okay, this is very, maybe I'm just, sorry guys, I don't like using this word. What I mean by native is that get carried away, it's not necessarily something you need to know for a C2 exam, but if you go to work in Ireland, for example, then it's going to be very good to know this, okay? Get carried away. It means that to become so excited, so you become very excited, right? Enthusiastic or emotional, that you lose control or good judgment, okay? So, for example, imagine you start dating a girl or boy or man or woman, no? And you go on 2 dates. It's not a lot. And you decide, you say to your friend, oh, I love this person. I want to get married. I want to have their babies. Your friend might say, okay, relax. Don't get carried away. So like, don't let your emotions get out of control and lose your good judgment, tu juicio. Okay? Take it easy. Relax. We say don't get carried away. Okay? For example, we only went shopping for a few essentials. Oh, but we got carried away and spent 400 euros. Okay? So they went shopping for a few necessary things. But les dejaron llevar. Okay? They got carried away. They lost their judgment, they got emotional, they said, oh, I love this, oh, maybe this. And at the end, they did something very immature. And they spent way more money than they had planned to spend. Okay, get carried away. And next one, get the ball rolling. Get the ball rolling. Definitely, again, so I don't want to offend anybody by saying native. What I mean by native is if you go to Ireland, you're going to hear people in the office saying this, okay? And just remember, guys, I teach B2 plus, C1, C2 advanced, and people who are living in Ireland, England, America, Canada, whatever, okay? So I need to teach these things. It's it's more useful for my current students, okay? But it is very advanced. So get the ball rolling. So if you can imagine a ball, everybody knows, I think, if you're here, you definitely know what a ball is. And we know that a ball rolls. If you throw the ball is going to roll, right? So if you can imagine, when you start a meeting or any event, a race, anything, when you start, you can imagine the ball is not moving. The ball is in the middle, but it's not moving because the meeting or the race or the event hasn't started yet. So somebody needs to throw or kick or push the ball to make the ball move. And this is a symbol for to start, okay? And often it's like a volunteer. Somebody must volunteer to start. You know what it's like. You're in a meeting or you're in a class and you say, okay, who would like to start? And nobody wants to start, okay? You, John said you. Okay, yeah. Nobody would like to start. So, okay, somebody needs to move the ball for the first time. And then after, when the ball is moving, other people participate. Or if you're playing football, other people kick the ball, whatever. But somebody needs to start this process. So somebody needs to get the ball rolling. So to start a process or activity, for example, to get the ball rolling, the chairperson, hi, hello, hello Johan. So do you like that example? So to get the ball rolling, the chairperson asked everyone to introduce themselves. So to get the ball rolling, the chairperson asked everyone to introduce themselves. This is like a type of, a good way to get the ball rolling. I'm going to write the full sentence. It might be useful for some of you. A good way to get the ball rolling is to do an icebreaker. Okay? Romper el hielo. To break the ice. I bet you guys know that, no? I'm sure you have. To break the ice. I don't want to get carried away and start explaining more things than I have planned, but this is a really nice expression. If anybody doesn't know what it means, you can look it up. I'm sure I'll get around to explaining it at some point. Okay, we have two more before we start the quiz, right? So get your head around something. Yeah, I would say this again is native. So, well, look, native is C2, right? More or less. We'll say C2 plus native. Whatever. Get your head around something. So oftentimes when you see an expression or phrasal verb or whatever with head, it's involving thinking or processing using your brain. Okay? Hello, Johan. Thinking or processing using your brain. So to understand something complicated, important, very important, complicated, complex. It must be something complex. Otherwise, because if it's something easy, you don't need to go through the process of understanding it. You know what I mean? So to get your head around something, it's like this big thing that you need to understand, and you need to kind of look at it from all different angles in order to be able to understand it. Okay, so you need to get your head around it, okay, before you can understand it. So, for example, it took me a while, a while, to get my head around the new tax regulations. Yeah. Anybody living in Spain, or I think Portugal, we have quite a lot of, it's quite a difficult tax system. For sure in Spain, the tax system in Spain is very, very complicated. I bet some of you guys who are Spanish, you can confirm this. It's super complicated. Like, it's way more complicated than in Ireland. Way more, like 12 times more complicated. And it, as I'm autónoma, or I'm self-employed, it took me a long time to get my head around the Spanish tax system. A long time to get my head around it, like to finally understand it. To finally understand it, something. Okay? And the last one, get your money's worth. Get your money's worth. I would say this is also C2 native, okay? To get your money's worth, this means to receive good value for the money, time or effort you spend, right? For example, the concert lasted nearly 4 hours, so we definitely got our money's worth. Yeah. There are some countries, for example, I think in Eastern Europe, they they eat quite large dishes of food. So it's very interesting. When you go to a restaurant, if the food is really, really nice, but the portion is small, people are very upset. They feel that they haven't got their money's worth. You know, feel like they paid money and they didn't receive enough food. On the other hand, I'll get right to that question now, Stephanie. On the other hand, if you are in Eastern Europe and you receive a very, very, very giant plate of food, like a huge plate of food, and the food is more or less okay, the people are very happy because they feel, this is very good. I got my money's worth. No, I got what I paid for, you know? If you pay for, yeah, it's true. I was in Sevilla recently. In Seville, it's in the south of Spain, if anybody doesn't know, in Andalusia. And we did an activity which was a bit expensive. The activity was 50 euros, 50 or 60 euros. 50 or 60 euros. And I really wanted to do it, okay? And my friends said, Vikki, it's a bit expensive. And the guy told me that it was 45 minutes. Okay, he told me the activity was 45 minutes. And I thought, okay, it's for me, my 3 friends, for 45 minutes. It's a very special activity. I would like to do it, so I'm going to pay for it. Well, I paid for the activity, and the guy, the activity lasted less than 30 minutes. So it was really a rip-off. This is a good one as well. It was a rip-off. Kind of when you feel like somebody stole some money from you. It was beautiful, but I mean, it was 20 minutes shorter than I expected. And I didn't feel like I got my money's worth. I didn't feel like it was worth paying for that activity, you know? I hope so, Stephanie, but look, you live and you learn, you know? Will you share this PDF or something where I can find it? Look, a few people have asked me for that, Stephanie. I can do, no problem, if you send me a message on a DM on TikTok. If you send me your Gmail, I can include you in the document, okay? A few people have asked me, and that's what I've done for the moment for everybody, okay? Just send me your Gmail in a DM and I'll include you in the document. It's no problem. Okay, so let's move on now. So this is the quiz. Now, I've been on for 30 minutes. Okay, hello Christina. So guys, this is our quiz, right? However, I'm not gonna have time to do it today, unfortunately. I'll tell you why, because it's 3:45 now. Hi Christina. It's 3:45 now, and I actually have a running race this evening. I have a running race. So, and I'm afraid I'm gonna have to wrap up. But I'm gonna come back tomorrow to do the quiz with you, or I'll come back this evening. I'm not sure. If anybody would like to know, the guys who are here, if you would like to do this quiz with me, the one that I've explained here today in the chat, what you can do is you can send me your WhatsApp number on the DM. I've been thinking about this week because last Wednesday I did a live, and a few people who joined, they said, hey, am I late? Am I very late? And then a few people said to me that they were sad that they had missed the live or they arrived very late. And it's my fault because I don't have a regular time yet to do the lives. So I just kind of appear whenever I have some time. So today I was thinking, how can I manage this situation? And I thought, what I can do is I can set up a WhatsApp group and I can put anybody who's interested in these quizzes in the WhatsApp group. And on the day that I feel I can do a live, I can put in the group, hey guys, I'm going to go live today at 4. Okay, Christina, that's cool. Yeah, I think this is the best way to do it because honestly, for example, today I have this running race, but maybe next week I won't. So maybe next week the live won't be at 3 p.m. Maybe I will do the live from 5 to 7. So that I definitely think that's what's going to work better with my life. So I'm sorry about that. I wish I could do it at the same time every day, but I think it's for me it's just not gonna work. But I definitely like I can let you guys who are interested know, and I think the best way to do that is on WhatsApp. So anybody who's interested in being, I'll keep mentioning it because I know for sure there are going to be people today now who are disappointed. They're going to see Vikki was live and they're going to think, why didn't I know? So send me a DM, right? And send me your WhatsApp and I will just put everybody in a group. And on the days that I'm going live, I'll try to let you know as early as I can. And I'll just say in that group, hey guys, today I'm going to go live at 4 o'clock. Or today I'm going to go live at 7 p.m. Or today I'm going to go live at 1. Okay? All right, guys. I'm sorry now. I'd love to stay. I was so excited about doing the next quiz, but I spent quite a while going through these ones here with Get, and I have to go now because it's a 48-minute, 50-minute drive to the race, and the race is at 7:30. So I should get organized, and I need to get there because I need to get my bib, my dorsal in Spanish. I need to get my bib. I need to warm up and stuff. So yeah, I'll have to go, but I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, I'll definitely be back tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but if you send me your WhatsApp number, I can let you know. Okay, guys? Okay, bye for now, and I hope you have a lovely Saturday, okay? And see you tomorrow, please God. Okay, bye, guys. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.